guest, welcome to today's Big Brother Canada updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is no one. So if you want to be house guest of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. It's only $1 and we'd really appreciate it. Also, if you hear noises like in the background, it's Lucy chewing a rawhide. Not Maddie in the house trying to make out with everybody. Alright, so yesterday the house guests participated in a luxury competition and Lavita and Kelsey were included. So they re-entered the house while everybody else was in the backyard, and Emmett from season 1 was there. So Lavita and Kelsey had 10 minutes to hide some poker chips throughout the house. There was a total of 100, which means they each got 50. Sorry. There was a total of hundo. So Kelsey was hiding the white chips, Lavita was hiding the black. And all through this time, Emmett was, like, encouraging them to make it really hard. He was like, that's where you're hiding it. I think you could do better. Blah. And then at the end, he was really surprised that they didn't sabotage each other. I guess they're, like, best friends now that they've been only hanging out with each other for this whole time. So after the 10 minutes were up, Lavita and Kelsey returned to their suite. And they found that Big Brother left them 2 boards in the room with the teams. So on the white team, sorry, it's like that thing when your voice gets all weird. So on the white team, it was Raul, Nick/Phil, Joel, Ramsey, and Cass. And then on the other team, the black team, we've got Nikki, Jared, Dallas, Mitch, and Maddie. So Tim was the host. Okay, so the house guests go back into the house, and it is now their job to tear that place up and find those poker chips. So in order for them to count, you have to drop them off in the bucket. You can't just be holding them in your pockets. So that's very important. And the house guests knew that there would be a reward for the winners and a punishment for the losers, but they didn't know what those things would be at that point. They just know you really want to win. So then they start. They're tearing the house up. It was such a mess. Oh, the kitchen was disgusting. The bathroom was a wreck. Oh my god. The whole, like, the HOH room, all the furniture was disheveled and everything. It was crazy. So the results, the white team found 46 and the black team found 36. So that means that the white team won. And they get a cocktail party, and the black team has to clean. That sucks. And then I guess Lavita won because she was the one hiding the black chips, and they found less, so she was the winner there. So the winners and Tim got to go to the high roller room for their cocktail party, and guess who was waiting there for them in a tux? Emmett. So they got food, like this beautiful food spread, champagne, other drinks. Lavita also got some delivered to the suite. So then the house guests go in there and they're like, oh my god, because they see Emmett, they're so excited to meet him. And then Ramsey's like, yeah, I don't want to be disrespectful, but like, what was your name again? And he wasn't kidding. That was for real. So then they're just like, it's Emmett, duh. So then he's like, oh, the guy that everybody compares Jared to. Okay. Ah! All right. So they were in there with Emmett for a while, just like asking him questions and stuff. Obviously, they could not ask him, you know, really in-depth things about the game and strategy and stuff. But they were able to ask him, like, general questions, and they seemed to have a good time with him. Meanwhile, the losers were just cleaning that freaking pigsty, and it sucks too because they were just cleaning the house earlier, so they had it all clean only to mess it up again and then have to clean it again. Ouch. Alright, so party's over. The house guests go back with everybody else, and Raul is telling Jared all about Emmett. He's like, yeah, I learned a lot in there. We need to stick together till the end. You know, we've been together from the beginning. We got to keep that up. And Raul's like, yeah, this really confirmed that we need to get rid of Dallas this week because Emmett was telling them it's important to get rid of the people that you can't really influence as much. So Raul's like, we're not going to be able to influence Dallas as much as we would Maddie, so we need to get rid of him. So then Cass and Maddie were chatting in the storage room, again being all buddy-buddy, aka fake as F. So apparently this whole cocktail party, Jared, Emmett thing rubbed off on Cass, too. I guess he implied that this was kind of looking like a Mean Girls season, and the women need to stick together. So Cass was like, oh, we need to stick together. I don't want it to be a Mean Girls season. It's a little late for that. There's 3 girls left, and 2 of them hate the other one. Yeah. So she's like, I'm definitely going to vote out Dallas. We need to just trust each other and not go after each other. So Maddie's like, oh yeah, of course. Oh my God, so much fun. So then Tim and Cass were talking about the weirdness between them. Cass is like, Tim, you're being mean to me. You're being so mean. So Tim is like, well, I feel like you've been going against me. And I don't like it. So Cass is just like, no, I've been working on my relationship with Maddie. I'm gonna vote out Dallas as planned. It's freaking fine. So maybe they'll be back to normal. We'll see. I still feel like Cass is not 100% on getting rid of Dallas this week. So Maddie comes into the HOH room because Tim has promised that she could sleep up there for the night. And guess what? Ramsey has been invited to join her too. So Maddie reveals to them that she does have a crush on Ramsey, and she wants to freaking make out with him. Oh, what? So all the house guests are just like, what the F? What happened to Maddie having a boyfriend on the outside that she loves so much? What about Nick, who she kind of had a thing with, who's still in the house? What the hell? So eventually Maddie and Ramsey are up in the HOH room together, and they were like cuddling and chatting, but that was it. And I'm telling you, okay, say like this is Ramsey in the HOH bed. This is Maddie. She was like getting right in his face. She was like, and he was just not going for it. It was so sad. She looked so desperate. Oh, it was bad. So this morning, we'll come back to that. But this morning, Dallas hit that campaign trail again. He was talking to the brothers, Phil and Nick, and again, he promised them safety and his vote. And he's like, guys, Maddie, if she stays, she's gonna put up you and Cassandra. So Phil's like, honestly, like, we feel safe with you, but other people that we're working with don't. So, like, our hands are kind of tied right now. So they tell him, don't give up, never surrender. Not that part. But, they let him know, like, you've got to convince Tim, because people are pretty much going along with Tim's wishes this week, so if you want to stay in the house, you're going to have to convince him. So then Dallas talks to Cassandra, and she kind of gives him questionable advice. She's basically telling him at this point, like, you need to make some crazy move and, like, call out Maddie in front of everybody else and be like, hey, didn't you say that you were going after Cass? I don't think that's going to convince Tim, Cass. He's made that very clear. But anyway, Cass also tells him, just like the brothers, you need to get Tim on board. Alright, so then Dallas and Ramsey were talking, and Dallas was like, hey, did anything happen last night? He said something really disgusting, but I'm not going to repeat it. So Ramsey was like, no, I was thinking about it, but I'm not doing anything like that on TV. So, yeah, it's great. He feels like Maddie is, like, really into him, and Dallas is just like, she's just playing you. Like, you know that, right? And Ramsey's like, wait, what? Okay. So Kelsey and Levita, let's talk about them. They got to watch the Power of Veto ceremony with sound. Woo! They also heard a little bit of Dallas campaigning to Ramsey. They were pretty excited about getting to listen in. So they're like, wow, does Dallas have a chance to stay over Maddie? So then Dallas goes and campaigns to Tim and Nikki, and later Cass was up there in the HOH room. It's pretty much the same stuff that he's been pushing all week. He tells them that he's targeting Jared and Raul, and he's like, if I stay, like, I'll make a Final Four deal with you 3. I don't think that's enough. Tim is not into it. He was talking to the girls after, and he's like, I don't need someone to take out Jared and Raul. Anyone can do that. I can do that. He needs someone that will be willing to go after Joel and Mitch. So, also, he doesn't want to work with Dallas's crew. He can't stand those people. So he's, you know, realizing if they do keep Dallas, that's going to be like a huge FU to Jared and his people. And Tim would have to work with Dallas and his group. And he doesn't want to do that. So Tim is like, no. Let's stick to the plan. We'll get rid of Ramsey next week. It's all good. Well, Cass is still like about it. So she was talking to Dallas again later, again coaching him on how to convince Tim. So she's like, next time you talk to Tim, you should tell him that you're going to take one for the team and go after Ramsey. So Dallas is like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do whatever. I want to stay. So it's going to be interesting to see what Dallas does the next time he campaigns. I don't really see Tim buying that, because really at this point, Dallas is just saying anything he can to say. So Tim got the HOH camera this afternoon, and Big Brother wanted the house guests to take a picture for each month, like for a calendar, so I guess they had fun with that or whatever. I don't know, but that's where we are right now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Does Dallas have a chance to stay over Maddie? Let me know. And until tomorrow, much love.
Edit.